Most people see wealth as a single destination, a finish line at the top of a mountain, or a sudden stroke of luck that changes everything overnight. But the reality of building a fortune is far more structured and intentional. Building wealth is a calculated ascent, much like climbing a hidden staircase where every floor fundamentally changes how you breathe, how you think, and how the world responds to your presence. Today, we are mapping that journey with cinematic precision. We are going far beyond the superficial numbers and bank balances to show you what your daily life actually looks like at every stage of the financial game. From the raw survival mode of the paycheck cycle to the absolute sovereignty of true financial freedom, this is the comprehensive blueprint of a life transformed. We will strip away the noise and look at the functional reality of building a personal empire. This journey is not just about the accumulation of currency, it is about the constant evolution of your character, your risk tolerance, and your ultimate potential. Welcome to the 5 levels of wealth creation. Let us begin the climb into a new reality where time and money finally align in your favor. This is the architecture of your future, laid out step by step, level by level, until the summit is reached. Level 1 is where the journey begins for almost everyone, and it is often the most difficult stage to escape. It is the paycheck stage, frequently described as survival mode or the modern-day rat race. Here, life is a frantic and exhausting cycle of direct exchange. You exchange 40, 50, or even 60 hours of your week for a fragment of a survival budget that barely covers the basics. Your workspace is a simple desk in a crowded office, and the air around you feels heavy with the pressure of deadlines that do not belong to you and targets you did not set. In this reality, when the paycheck finally arrives, it glows briefly in your digital account before it is immediately consumed by the waiting black holes of rent, utilities, insurance, and high-interest debt payments. You are living month to month, and every single unexpected expense, like a car repair or a medical bill, feels like a structural threat to your entire foundation. In your apartment, the decor is minimal and functional, and your choices are strictly limited by the price tag on the menu or the tag on the shelf. You look at your stack of bills and see insurmountable obstacles rather than opportunities for growth. The lighting in your life is dim and fluorescent, reflecting the deep uncertainty of your financial horizon. This is the stage of high physical effort and low financial reward, where you spend your best years building someone else's equity while barely managing to maintain the integrity of your own. It is a state of constant financial gravity, pulling you down every time you try to jump higher. Then, something shifts within your mindset. You decide that the paycheck is no longer enough to sustain your dreams, and you enter level 2, the side hustle. Now, your laptop stays open and glowing long after the sun goes down and the rest of the world has gone to sleep. A secondary light source appears in your small room, the sharp, energetic blue glow of an online store, a freelance dashboard, or a coding environment. This is the stage of rapid learning, constant adaptation, and extreme self-discipline. You are consuming resources, books, and online courses while your phone notifications start to chime during dinner with the sound of incoming leads, new followers, or small commissions. That first digital sale or the first client payment isn't just a few dollars. It is a vital proof of concept that changes your worldview forever. Your lifestyle is still modest and your apartment remains the same, but the ambition behind your eyes is growing rapidly. Your calendar is packed, your sleep is often sacrificed for the sake of the grind, and your social life takes a backseat to your vision. For the first time in your life, you are the pilot of your own ship, even if that ship is currently just a small rowboat in a vast ocean. You are starting to see the profound connection between your own personal creativity and the movement of money in the modern global economy. The world starts looking like a series of problems waiting for your specific entrepreneurial solution. The grind is real and the fatigue is deep, but the purpose is finally yours to define and pursue. Level 3 represents the crucial transition from individual effort into the realm of scale and systems. This is no longer a hustle, this is the business. Your operations have outgrown the bedroom desk and the solitary laptop. We now see warehouse shelves filling up with inventory and dedicated employees handling the complex logistics that used to keep you awake at night. You have graduated from doing the manual work to designing the digital and human systems that do the work for you. Marketing dashboards light up with complex data points, conversion rates, and graphs that are trending steadily upward. Your brand is reaching customers in time zones you will never visit and in languages you may not speak. The sophistication of your life increases accordingly. The small apartment is now replaced by an organized, modern house with a professional, dedicated workspace that inspires high-level thinking. Efficiency becomes your primary metric for success. You deal with the complexities of payroll, taxes, and customer acquisition, but the rewards are now exponential rather than linear. You are building a tangible asset that has the power to live and grow without your constant physical presence. Everything around you is sleek and professional, showing a world of organized movement and strategic growth. Your decisions now impact the livelihoods of dozens of people, and your operational influence spans across continents. You are no longer just a worker or an entrepreneur. You are an architect of systems, a leader of people, and a creator of value on a massive scale. This is where the foundation of true wealth is poured and set in stone. Now the wealth starts to move and breathe on its own, independent of your daily labor. Welcome to Level 4, Investing. This is the critical turning point where your gathered capital becomes your hardest working employee. Instead of tracking daily sales or managing staff, your focus shifts to tracking tickers, technical stock charts, and dividend distributions. We see the flow of Bitcoin, ETFs, and real estate icons moving across a series of glowing UI panels. The character is now doing significantly less active physical work. You are sitting in a modern, quiet, and high-end environment, simply monitoring the flow of assets through the global markets. The stress of the daily business grind has been replaced by the intellectual and emotional challenge of asset allocation and capital preservation. Your portfolio is now a living organism, growing silently while you sleep and compounding aggressively while you travel. In this stage, money is no longer a reward for a specific task. It is a tool for further acquisition and a shield against inflation. You see market cycles rather than daily moments. The visual style of your life is now premium and serene, representing the massive stability of a diversified portfolio that effectively shields you and your family from the world's economic volatility. You have moved from active creation to strategic management, and the gravity of your wealth is now pulling more opportunities toward you without you having to chase them. You are finally playing the game of money at the highest level of efficiency. Finally, we reach the summit of the long climb. Level 5, Financial Freedom. This is the ultimate objective you envisioned from the very first day. Life here is characterized by a tasteful and understated luxury. A modern architectural home with clean lines overlooking a quiet city skyline, or a vast, peaceful natural landscape. Your digital dashboard is now singular and amazingly simple, showing consistent high-level income streams flowing into one consolidated place. But the real wealth here is not found in the furniture, the car, or the view. It is found in your calendar. On the screen, we see a calendar filled with beautiful, empty white space. There are no mandatory meetings, no dictated deadlines, and no survival-based obligations. Your focus shifts entirely to your health, global travel, and deep, uninterrupted time with family. You are free to explore all the facets of life at your own pace and on your own terms. You aren't running away from the struggle anymore. You are running towards a life of meaningful impact, philanthropy, and legacy. The lighting in your world is now warm, soft, and cinematic, showing a life that is fundamentally peaceful and deeply purposeful. The scale of your resources is massive, but your movement through the world is slow, intentional, and quiet. You have won the game of trade and have officially entered the game of legacy and contribution. You have achieved the rarest of all human conditions: total sovereignty over your own time and the ability to shape the world according to your values. The staircase of wealth is not a myth or a dream. It is a mechanical, psychological, and financial reality. Each level you have seen today requires a completely different version of yourself to succeed. It requires you to shed old, limiting habits and adopt entirely new strategic frameworks. You have seen the progression from the survival of the paycheck to the struggle of the hustle, and from the scale of the business to the absolute sovereignty of true freedom. The fundamental question is no longer whether the staircase exists, but which floor you are currently standing on, and which one you are choosing to aim for next. Are you still paying for your basic survival with your precious time? Or are you designing the systems of your freedom? The path is visible, the architecture of the climb is clear, and the decision to begin the next phase of your evolution is yours to make. Choose your level, define your strategy, and begin the ascent today. The life you truly want is just a few levels above the one you currently have. It is time to stop dreaming and start building your empire. Step by step, the summit is waiting for you. Your journey to the top starts with us has just begun.